Hi guys, and welcome to today's developer Q&A. I'm Mod Jon filling in for Mod Osborne, and I'm joined by Mod Kelpie, the one and only Rainbow Raven, and Mod Asherz. Sorry, that was last week. Mod Osborne said Rainbow Raven, and I had to kind of keep him up on that for this week.
Him I shall punish. Okay.
Cool. So today we're going to be talking about high-level mobs and the two new ones that are going to be coming in the next couple of weeks. So Camels and Mammoths. I don't know which order they're in, but yeah, Camels and Mammoths.
That order exactly. Yeah. That order exactly. Camels, then Mammoths.
Nice. But first, I wanted to speak about the Ripper Demons that were just released yesterday. So yeah, how did it go for you guys?
Fantastic. We loved it. It was brilliant. So many deaths. Yep. It was hilarious.
So I believe you've got a few stats.
I
for
do.
us if you want to share those.
I've been over to our game intelligence guys and come up with a load of stats. So we'll do some comparisons. So obviously last week the Wyverns came out.
Sorry, I think someone just died in the background. So someone just said
everyone just fixed on the background. Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa.
Excellent.
So yeah, last week the Wyverns came out. So in total there have been 40,337 player deaths.
Ouch.
To the Wyvern. That's in 1 week, bear in mind.
Okay.
Right, okay. Compare this to the Ripper Demon yesterday. This is 1 day.
Shut up.
There has been a total of 169,192 deaths. That was just yesterday alone.
Nice.
So I have more, but we can go into those later.
So
I just wanted to gloat on those. So,
they have had the desired effect.
It pleases me.
It's brilliant.
So are Camels and Mammoths going to be worse than that, or?
We're hoping for a figure probably towards Wyverns, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Rippers are probably the potentially harshest.
Yeah.
Well, that said, both of the other ones can be pretty deadly if you do it wrong.
As always, you need to be paying attention.
The screams of anguish we've had from Mod Liam as he's been testing, when he's just gone, oh no, I got many of them, and then just death, slow, glorious death. Well, not so slow. But.
So we've got a couple of questions about Ripper Demons just for you guys. Alaskan Noob is asking, which mod wrote the journals dropped by the Ripper Demons? It's very creepy writing.
This man right here.
Hello.
I was going to say, that was kind of...
You have him on stream.
Of course it was.
I'm pleased they found it creepy.
Cool. Or not cool, or whatever.
It's cool to me.
Yeah. And Nezik is asking, why don't Ripper Demons require one piercing note? Is it an oversight or is it intentional?
So let's start off with the behind the scenes. I made a derp, and I'm sorry. At the time when we did it, yes, that was a requirement, but we decided to take that away.
Yeah, the reason is, I mean, if you think about it from just sort of a gameplay point of view, what does locking behind it actually add? All it does is it makes one piercing note into a requirement. If those who are not Quest fans who want to do the Ripper Demons have to go, oh, I have to go and do it, and have to go and fight it. And all that does, it devalues one piercing note, because it's a quest that people should enjoy, not feel forced to go through. And, you know, there's nothing that they would arguably gain. They get a bit of lore, but if they don't care about the lore, that doesn't matter. But they get nothing else that would be relevant to it, really. So it just seemed kind of not necessary.
Yeah, it's only a bit of extra lore, because obviously you've got the books that drop from them anyway, so you know most of the stuff from that point.
I was going to say, one piercing note doesn't have that much about Ripper Demons in it anyway, does it? It's just got, it's got
some, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that. And that was all for Ripper Demons. But if you've got any questions about Ripper Demons, please feel free to ask them in the chat, or use the hashtag RSDevQA, and Mod JJ will pick those up for us. So another big topic I've been asked on the Reddit thread. Is there any ATA on the 2016 God Premium membership, sorry. And yeah.
I imagine it'll be the same time as last year, which will be December.
So the people in charge have told me that I am allowed to say we'll have more information in the next couple of weeks, and to stay tuned. That's basically all I'm allowed to say for now. So yeah, it is something that's.
It tends to start around about December time and run through for at least the whole of January, I think.
Yeah, I think last year it was finished the first week in February. I think it finished last week. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, you have plenty of time, so don't worry about that. And the last hot topic that we needed to talk about was the Citadel boosters. So we had a couple of questions about them. So I just want to address those quickly, and I've got answers for them unless someone has better
Yeah,
answers
I mean,
than me.
like-
So, yeah,
we'll see if our answers differ at all.
cool. So Domino is asking, why are Citadel boosters only obtainable through Solomons and not through gameplay?
Because they're not. There we go. That's mine.
Nice. Okay, so Mod Sadin told me earlier, because Solomon's store is home to convenience items and they feel right there. However, we are more than open to check their performance and think about moving them in the future.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's the same with a number of like items and stuff there, and future stuff there will be considered for gameplay and stuff as well.
And the second question was, why is the price for the Cannon Citadel boosters so high in loyalty points?
Because people have ridiculous amounts of loyalty points. So if they were really low, then everyone would be able to attain thousands of them.
Okay. So I've got something similar, which is, well, it's not actually similar. First time we've done a convenience item for loyalty points, so they're testing the waters. We felt people would value these and didn't want to cheapen their effect.
Fair enough.
There you go. That was the two answers for you, both valid. And let's move on to the high-level mobs, so Camel Warriors and Mammoths.
Yep.
We have a couple of pieces of artwork that have already been shown, but I thought it'd be nice to show them again just for a refresher. So we've got the Mammoths on screen right now. I'm really disappointed that the penguins aren't going to be a feature.
So it just wasn't.
It wasn't enough time.
It wasn't
I don't
enough
think,
time.
was it?
It wasn't really something we could do. I mean, it looks awesome, but it was a bit overly ambitious with a horde of penguins on the back firing bows and arrows.
And
So yeah, the one
It's not
to the
something that's
left
like
is
ruled out for future.
Oh no,
or
it's
anything.
in future maybe, but it's not for release.
Okay.
You'll
Good to
see
know.
when I get on the computers that they do look like the ones on the left.
Yeah.
They do look pretty
They are
damn
awesome.
cool.
And these are the Camel Warriors. Not much to say really, they just look really cool.
They don't have a pipe though in game.
Do they have like a,
That's a shame. Yeah.
do they have a hat for their...
They do have a hat on the hump. Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
And
That was a
they
bit of a mouthful.
They carry a staff now rather than the spear, I think.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
they look really cool. Again, the in-game model is awesome.
Yeah. We'll show them off in game.
Yeah.
Sure, so we'll be showing those off in about 5 to 10 minutes, I'm guessing. But first, a few questions. Blackstron, could you make the completed Raptor key tradable?
No.
Okay, any reason why?
Why would you want to share all this amazing loot
Yeah.
from the Raptor's chest?
I think the person in question was asking because he wasn't high enough level to be able to fight the demons or to fight the high level mobs, and he wanted to be able to buy the keys
Well,
to
the
still
pieces-
loot the chest.
The pieces are tradable, aren't they? Or
Yeah.
am I wrong?
Piece.
Yeah. So each individual piece is tradable.
Oh.
So maybe
Yeah. We should.
I
well,
can't remember
double
what the
check
changes. There is a good chance that the pieces are tradable. I can't remember. They were for a while. They might
This
have
is all
changed to
coming
be
from Mod
unplayable.
Raven, by the way. If
Yeah.
This is all wrong.
So I may be horribly wrong. I don't remember.
Remember the rainbow part, that might be why he's wrong.
Yeah. Not quite sure why, but okay.
Not me neither, but I just thought I'd put the rainbow back in there.
So if it's just the demons that you can't fight, then
No, I think, yeah, I
Oh,
think
it'd
he
be
can't
all
fight
of
that
them.
any
anymore.
can't
of
fight
them.
Yeah,
So
so
you
you
might
can
be able
level
to buy
four.
the key. Yeah.
you can buy all the keys, or level up your Slayer and go and fight them.
If
Cool.
not, I'm sure the
Intentional.
guys upstairs will be screaming at their monitors, going, "You're lying!
Yeah, there's
Stop
a,
it!"
There's a fair chance I'm horribly wrong about the whole tradable thing.
Okay,
Uh,
thank you. Ray Karras, was the design intent for these tier 85 weapons coming out this month to simply provide a cheaper, lower alternative to tier 90 weapons, or were the tier 85 passive effects meant to make them situationally competitive with tier 90s?
Pretty much the latter.
yeah,
I
option
believe.
2. They're meant
Yeah.
to be situationally useful.
Okay,
Obviously, there's quite a lot of tier 90 weaponry out at the moment,
there is.
so we didn't want to completely overcrowd it.
I've just seen the chat, and I was horribly wrong about the key parts being tradable. So I apologise. They're not.
In that case, we could potentially look at
Yeah, we can look
maybe
into it,
making the
maybe.
keys tradable.
We'll
have
talk to Timbo
yeah,
and see if he sets us on fire.
yeah.
Just give him a tree to cut down
We could,
somewhere.
yeah, we
well,
could distract him with
not
a tree.
probably, yeah.
Yes,
That
Are
was
there any
Colours
trees
rough,
that
yeah.
players really like that they won't mind terribly losing? Because it has to have the emotional connection
Yeah,
for Timbo to want to devour its soul.
so guys, if you're willing to give up a couple of trees, I think he might consider it. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway,
We'll
back
see.
to the question
Back
before.
to the question.
Yeah, so we have a lot of tier 90 weapons out already, and we didn't want to throw more in for
Yeah, makes
basically no reason, just for them to be completely useless. So we thought we'd try and fill a gap, which is where tier 85 came from.
Yeah, it's a nice idea. Next question, Woots. Why are all 4 monsters 90 96 Slayer and not 96, 97, 98, 99, for example?
We
I think we just tried to make him consistent,
Yeah,
really,
we
wasn't
thought
it?
96 was a nice level, and we didn't see any reason to do the whole
scale
tier
them, yeah.
things. It also means that if we wanted to make some super duper high level ones, we still could. But these seem to, they fitted nice on the same scale, and we've made them roughly equivalent difficulty in the numbers that you fight them. So
Okay. Cool, thank you. Primal Moose is asking, any chance to take a look at the coldness measure for wyverns? It's a nice idea, but doesn't give clear enough indications of how long you need to stand in fire to remove the cold debuff, for example.
So this has come up quite a bit.
Yeah.
I've seen it quite a few times. It's something we could look into, but there is a couple of ways to actually kind of get around how cold you are. Keep your eye on the amount of damage that's coming in, and also keep an eye on the amount of poison that's currently happening to you. You'll see those two fluctuate. Fluctuate. I will say it properly. As you get colder or warmer. But yeah, you obviously have to stand within melee distance of the fires for it to actually sort of kick in, and it takes probably maybe 5-6 seconds before you're potentially at a reasonable distance away from being stun frozen. So yeah.
There's also the element of we kind of wanted to be done a bit by feel, because that means that players feel more immersed. It's them being the awesome Slayer Master rather than whatever's on the screen. But it is something that we're not going to look at things immediately, but we're going to give it a bit of time just to get general feedback and see, and then we might incorporate something like that.
So it's only been a week after all.
Yeah. So if you've got any feedback about that, Twitter's your friend, I guess. So
and forums and Reddit.
Twitter.
We try and look at all of these things. So Twitter tends to be very short bits of feedback, so Reddit's good for longer feedback, and same goes to the forums.
Perfect then. Cool.
I think we've been found out. This guy.
Can't hit him. Too far away.
We may have to go try and force a Ripper Demon on him.
Okay, so we have another question from Judge Neo.
Dude staring. Sorry.
No, that's all right. Judge Neo is asking, do we still challenge mammoths to a gentleman's duel?
Yes. It's not a... So we were originally planning it to be like you have a herd of them and you would go, I summon you and call you out. But that we didn't quite get that in. But we do have a sort of bit of flavour text for that. So you will announce your duel to the mammoth and they will respond in kind. And there are a couple of little Easter egg mammoths in there as well.
Cool. Do they still have monocles?
The mammoths you fight there don't anymore, but the monocle is still important.
Yes. The monocle will appear itself. Yes, it will appear.
I'm not sure what concept art we've given out, but
I think we've only given those two.
Gone! And now you're out of there as well. I think we should just leave this as the stream. It's fine.
Just forget us.
Wow. So that's 2 more to add to my tally.
Cool. So I've got one more question before we head over to the PC to show off the camels and mammoths. So Grumpy Adam, it would appear you're adding more diversity and closing a few gaps within the tier ladder. Will this mean we will potentially be seeing something like a tier 85 spear being released in the foreseeable future? Would be awesome to have this for things like Corp.
Maybe. There's no immediate plans to go like, spear, we must do this now. But certainly it's the sort of thing that we might maybe do something with later.
There would be cool
to be used for in some form. Yeah.
It's certainly not discounted, but it's not anything we're immediately planning either.
Okay. Cool. So can I send you off to the PC right now?
You can.
And I'll
leave this with James. He can mull over some of the lovely stats and stuff. Yeah.
Whilst you get set up over there.
Okay. Let's see what's interesting. Well, so Wyvern player death counts. We've done that one for total. Have we done per day? Have we done the first day deaths? Okay, so day 1 deaths for Wyverns was 11,107. They found there've been a total of 122 crossbows. Am I reading your notes right?
That's correct. Yep.
Yep. So 122 Wyvern crossbow. Numbers of Wyverns killed on day 1. We've killed 247,217 Wyverns. So well done. 670 key parts for wyverns.
So there's one, the 1 and 2 represent obviously the first key part and then the second key part.
Okay, so yeah, 670 wyvern key parts, 38 Ripper Demon key parts. What else have we got?
Cool, keep some for later. Maybe we can hop over to Mod Asherz. He seems to be ready over there.
I do appear to be. So, hello. Oh. Done. Yeah. It's coming slowly. Is that going to stay? Yeah. Right, cool. So, to start off with, I am currently outside the Ripper Cave. So this is where you will find Raptor currently in game. Let's bring up the world map. So they are literally right here. So you can see Alka Ridge, you've got the teleport, everything else from there. So to find the camels, which we'll go to first, you've got to come all the way down and you see this nice, lovely new island, which is right here, which the camels have been excavating and finding. So if I jump down to here, you'll find the raptor when he eventually appears. Literally kind of here, pretty much where I'm stood, in the shadows, out the way, making sure he doesn't get his suntan too burnt. So what we've got originally is you'll have a way across to the north with some planks, which you can run across, not necessarily in here. I'll just skip across them. And these are our lovely camels. So as you can see from the concept art, it's pretty much very similar. Obviously, we don't have the spear on. Oh, no, whoops, no, giving away stuff, run away. I'll be back. Sorry, that's giving away mechanics, whoops. So, as you can see, start that again. So these are our lovely camels. They have staffs. The staff they're holding is what you will get as a reward drop. So let's make some room and find it. Like so. So this is now our new magic staff. Let's get into combat so you can see what it looks like. So yeah, that's our new camel staff. Again, this will have a passive. What's the passive for the camel staff, Raven? I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's a sand cloud.
Sandstorm that does damage around the area?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm loving the camera's just being fun with me today. Is that better? All good? Yeah, so yeah, its passive is a sandstorm that will deal damage over time. And then also to NPCs around you, I believe. So yeah, that's these. I will not fight them purely because I've already tried to give away too many mechanics, it would appear. But you can see they're pretty much realistic to the concept art. You've got the nice hat on the hump. Oh, they do have a sandstorm emote. That's awesome in chat. Good going. Right, so let's go back up to the mammoths. So up to Relica and to this lovely pier to the top where you generally go off to the icebergs. There is a brand new boat that sits here on the dock. So if you take this, this should, if it works, take you over to the start of Mammoth Island, which is a massive iceberg just to the north of Miscellanea. It's right there. So to the right, if this mouse wheel will stop scrolling, to the right is all of your penguins. Hopefully you should know where all of this is now. So this is a brand new iceberg that's been floated down from the north and it's taken place, and we will have our massive mammoths. And these are pretty big. Let me go stand next to one so you can see how big they are. So again, our modelers have done a really good job with making them very close to the concept art. But you can see how big they are. They're absolutely crazy. You can see, look how big I am. Small I am. Right, so to prove a point with the gentlemen's, spell books, rip. Fire off some range. So basically, let's do this. Prepare to join your ancestors is what he responded with. So I won't do too much because he will start giving away mechanics again, which we don't want to do. So that is pretty much everything that I have to show for this. Within this case, the raptor, I believe we are going to place somewhere along the shoreline, I think, with all of these lovely rock crabs somewhere. So he may just sit around here. We may kill off a couple of crabs for the time being, the raptor being the raptor. Just be like, no, get rid of them, gone, killed them, gone. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say and show you for these. Again, I'm not fighting them because I'm not giving away mechanics. We'll leave that for day one release and more deaths from you guys, which we can release again on a later date. So other than that, I'm going to send it back to the sofa. So thank you very much.
Cool, thank you very much, Mod Asherz. Whilst you come back to the sofa, I'll ask another question. So, Air Alter, will Mammoths ever have a bottle quest in the future?
Will
Mammoths ever have a bottle quest in the future?
Never say never.
Never say never.
It would be fun to expand on them. We had some ideas for kind of mammoth personalities and stuff like that, which we didn't get to really explore.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of fun, but they are enormous, which makes it difficult to deal with them.
Go through this small tunnel. Okay, no. It's better.
Small bottle quest is not happening with the size of those mammoths.
Yeah, they look awesome, by the way, both camels and...
yeah, they do look really cool. They play really well as well.
Yeah.
We've hopefully got them down quite nicely as well.
Yeah, I'm quite excited to try out the mammoths myself. But yeah, anyway. Next question, Air Alter again. How do mammoths relate to the penguin series?
They're from Acheron. The penguin series is that kind of sort of nebulous thing of where they fit quite in with the lore is always interesting because it tends to be chaos, and there's someone staring at us again on the live stream. It's faintly
That was the
creepy.
same person that died last time.
Yes, and they're back.
They've come back for more.
Anyway, mammoths, penguins. I'd like to include them in some of the penguin lore. In my head, they have the kind of right personality for it. The penguins are a bit kind of in trouble on Acheron anyway, so there's more of them now. What then earth is
There's someone dancing
on?
behind.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
this is
that was
surreal.
not what I was expecting. So while I turned to look at that screen.
Rage quit. Kelpie rage quit. Actually.
Literally everyone died.
Okay then.
Yeah. Sorry. I kind of took you out a bit.
Right.
So yeah, they'll have something vaguely to do with penguins.
I had a haircut apparently. Right. Okay, they'll have something to do. They have something vaguely to do with penguins. That is the answer to that question. I had a question about do camel warriors drop monocles? We've already answered that kind of. So monocles are.
Why would camel warriors?
Yeah, it would be
drop
mammoths.
It'd be the mammoths.
Maybe like the camel warriors just stole them from the mammoths or something. I don't know.
They're very
They're
far
really
apart.
quite far away. Yeah.
They are quite far away. Maybe the
There's
camel warrior went on holiday. I don't know.
iceberg, kind of massive gap difference of world.
Yeah, it's kind of like just the other side of the world, but nothing.
Question is,
nothing
who would
major.
win in a fight? Camel warrior or a mammoth?
Oh,
That's a good question.
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
We may have to put that to the game and see what happens.
Just unleash them at each other.
Yeah, we can do a poll.
Straw poll?
I think we should, do a straw
Who
poll.
would win in a fight?
Yes.
Make it a fatal four-way.
Yeah, I was going to say, who would win?
Yes, let's
Yeah,
do
include
it.
all of them.
Include
Let's
all
see
of
who would
them.
win a fight
Yeah,
against
who would
all
win
of
in a
them.
fight out of all four?
I mean, they don't know the mechanics for mammoths and camels, so that might be unfair.
That's fine. Well, you say that. People just could love them and just not have to worry. Be like,
Maybe.
oh, that'd be easy. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, back to the questions, guys.
Sorry.
Sorry, no, I'm joking. So, Artemis, are we to expect some Actanakos, I said that right, I think, lore with the camels?
A little bit, not a huge amount. Again, kind of didn't quite have the time to do all the lore we wanted.
Okay.
So we've got there will be a lore drop. It won't be awe-inspiring, but it should be at least a little bit interesting. Sorry,
Is it gonna be
Cyrus. I
as,
know you're terribly upset with me.
Is it going to be
you
as
wanted
disturbing as the...
100-page epic. Sorry.
Sorry, is it going to be disturbing as the Ripidemons?
No.
Okay.
I didn't quite get to write some sort of creepy horror story this time. It wouldn't really fit for camels.
Creepy camel horror story.
Yeah.
Something
maybe
to
in
do
the future.
Okay. Bandosian Ben, does the upgrade to the Raptor's cosmetic armor by killing the 4 new mobs have to be earned during November, or is the ability to upgrade remaining in-game after November?
It will remain in game after. Yeah.
Okay, so can you just recap what is remaining, what isn't remaining in-game?
So everything is remaining
Okay.
apart from the Raptor. The Raptor himself is going to go back to killing monsters at the end of November.
And the
but
gem is going as well.
the gem is going as well, yeah. But the monsters are staying. Them being part of Kuradel or Movran Slayer tasks will stay.
Okay.
The chest will stay as well, as well as all the keys and all of the drops and stuff. So that
Okay.
will all stay. The only thing that's basically disappearing is the Raptor gem and the Raptor.
Yeah, because there was somebody asking if it was possible, like, could
Yeah.
we leave the Raptor in, because it's quite a cool feature, maybe as a mini game or
He
a
is,
D&D
but
or
it's the
something.
Raptor. He likes killing
Yeah.
monsters. That's what he's good at.
Yeah.
So
They just go off and do, their own thing.
Okay.
This guy keeps on kicking sand in my face. Like my head. How rude.
Actually, yeah.
Don't worry, the Rippers will get him soon.
So we've got the results from the straw poll. So 43% of you
I'm,
believe that the Mammoths would win in a 4-way fight.
I'm
I think we
quite
nearly didn't
intrigued
get
by
them
that.
because they came fourth in the poll.
Indeed,
didn't
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Is it because they're just much bigger than the others and they're just like stomp on a
Maybe.
Ripper Demon
Maybe.
and
They're
just
really
splat?
cool, aren't they, though?
Maybe, but then again, you've got to think that the Rippers can actually blink
Yeah.
straight to you and out the way. So
Oh, true enough.
yeah, I can see why they would pick one and two. One being mammoths and 2 being Ripper demons.
So apparently Camel Warriors are quite like
Yeah.
other.
the weaker
weakling,
species
the
it would
weakest
appear.
thing.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Cyrus.
Okay. Malva, will Wyverns and Ripper Demons get their drops improved? They aren't worth the effort considering how dangerous they are.
So you need to give it, again, this falls into need to give it a bit of time. The reason they're so dangerous at the moment is because people haven't necessarily worked out how to fight them properly.
Okay.
There are some people who are much better than others, but what we'll do is we'll wait a bit, we'll see if it still feels that way, and then we'll relook at them. There's a Ripper dying right
There
there.
was, yeah. I think
I
I'm
think
a noob.
we will probably maybe increase the drops of one of them. I won't
I
say
think-
which,
Yeah.
but yeah, we're definitely looking at it, but we're just
you
not.
say
we're
that, they
not
probably
gonna
know
jump
that.
yet.
They kind of might have guessed that by now,
Well, okay.
considering the Ripper Demons have been out for only a day.
No one would have guessed. You know nothing. But yeah, we're looking at them. We're going to tweak things as necessary.
Okay. Exalti is asking, is there any chance that you could make it possible to skip the Raptor tasks with an eventual cooldown, maybe?
No, because he's only here for a month.
You've got
Okay.
a couple more
Yeah.
weeks. Just do better.
Okay. And one question from Primal Moose about the, I believe, Mammoth Beast of Burden. So
That is
Mhm.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you able to tell us how many Beasts of Burden slots the Mammoth pouch will have? And maybe a sneaky hint at the special attack that it will have as well.
It will
Ooh,
have.
do
Dun,
we
dun,
want to?
dun. Yeah,
Do
may
you
as
want
well.
to? Okay. all right.
32.
32!
Yes.
Oh,
32 slot Beast of Burden.
ouch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Ouch.
It will be
Yes.
glorious.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying ouch for the mobs that
Ouch,
you're going to
ouch
hit
for
with
the
it.
pack, you
Oh,
actually
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
who
yeah.
are now
Ouch for the
going
pack, yeah,
to
yeah.
now going to fall and crash.
Okay.
Yes.
And the special? Have we
The
any idea?
special
Or do you prefer not to say?
we'll leave because we're
Yeah.
still tweaking things a bit. so-
Okay, sure.
But yeah, that is a definite for the Beast of Burden. It
Yeah,
will be a
it's definitely
32
32.
slot Beast of Burden.
Okay, nice. So we've got a few questions from the chat now. So how big are mammoths going to be compared to already existing bosses like Virago? So we've seen that.
Yeah.
Pretty damn big.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's the same, like tile size as Virago, but obviously not as
Not the same
high.
height.
I think.
Yeah.
Are they? thought
I think
Virago was
they're
slightly
5x5.
bigger.
Virago's a 5x5.
They're
maybe?
4x4 though.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
they're
slightly
slightly
smaller.
smaller than Virago. Not that
Okay.
it makes
Yeah.
a huge difference.
No. But as you've seen, yeah, they are
They're
pretty
massive,
big
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Question from Elite Gamer Group: will there be Slayer mobs for Slayer levels 100 to 120 in the future? So I'm guessing that's more for when we kind of decide.
If we up the cap,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we wouldn't actually make,
I don't
Your
think it made them that
content
high, would you?
whilst it's just the virtual levels between 99
Yeah.
and 120, if we actually up the gap, which I think a lot of people are interested in, particularly in Slayer,
Yeah.
then yes, then we would probably look to make content for those levels.
Yeah.
Uh,
So it would be high level mobs.
yeah, but we would have to we would
You'd
choose
have
to up the cap first
cap.
before we do that.
Yeah, of course.
Or the alternative is potentially some sort of elite skill in the future, which is similar to Slayer, but maybe a little bit different.
Okay. If you want to have more information on the elite skills, we did a stream about invention and elite skills last week, so you can check that out on YouTube or on the past broadcasts in Twitch, just by the way. A couple more questions from the chat, and then we'll go on to general questions. Does Raptor's cosmetic armor upgrade to have... Sorry, I'll start that one again. Does Raptor's cosmetic armor upgrade have to be earned during November? Or we've already asked that.
Yeah.
So yes,
No.
it does.
You can carry on upgrading it after November.
Okay. Ben Bruce, will the Ripper Demon Journal be added to Quest Master Cape requirements?
That's more Manty's personal project, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So ask him. Maybe.
Which one was
Depends how
that?
cool he wants to be.
I can't. Sorry, was that to do with his cape?
Yeah, with the Quest
Yeah, I don't think
Master
we're adding
Quest
anything more to the cake. These are
For
drops.
the Raptor stuff. Sorry.
So is will the Ripper Demon Journals be added to the Quest Master Cape requirements?
They're quite
unlikely.
Quite
They're
a
not really
rare, they're
linked to
quite a
Quest.
common
Yeah.
I
drop,
don't
aren't
know.
they? So
They're
for
not
Raptor
terribly
journals,
rare, yeah.
but
I guess
Well,
they're
you
linked
just have to
to
kill
a Quest. But
Ripper demons for them.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
try.
Apparently, someone says in the chat that Manti said yes, they will be. So there we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Fair enough.
Serenist Elf. So if it's wrong, then
so
blame
And blame
Serenist.
Serenist Elf, which is probably all elves, but never mind.
Okay, so we're going to move on to general questions now, but if you have any more questions about the high-level mobs, please feel free to ask them in the chat and we will answer them later. So, DXT Herb, when are we going to have the people that have been working on NXT on the couch for Q&A session? So, that's something that I asked Mod Proto, and he said that they prefer to be completely certain that they've got the version that they want to talk about and show off before they do that. So I haven't got any ETA on that, I'm afraid. But it's not something that they're not interested in, so they would be interested in doing it, but just not at the moment.
I feel like we should be kind of like judging this fashionscape here. And like this guy over here with the red gaze, like that's about a 3.
The one that's above me.
Yeah, the one above you. You're a 3
This one.
apparently.
That's a 3 out of 10 for that.
3 out of 10.
Try harder, go away, come back again.
Die quicker.
He just actually left now.
He runs
He's out.
away.
He's out.
He's going
Yeah.
to cry. You mean.
I'm just being mean, yeah.
So who would actually get a better score?
There's someone
Is he
fighting
fighting
with
with
rubber
chickens?
chickens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although they're probably
He looks
Well,
like he's
they're-
nearly
I
they're
assume
dead.
probably
they're
though.
overrides.
overrides?
I would assume they're overrides.
About to die, I
If
think.
if
Yeah.
he's
Oh,
fighting
no,
with
they're
real
not.
rubber chickens, that is a
Yeah.
point for effort. I
They did.
think.
I think they just did get killed.
I like the top hat.
The
All
top hat,
schmancy.
you know, that's maybe a 4 out of 10. So there you go.
You
You're
are really harsh
You are
at this.
Harsh
Okay,
scale.
anyway, let's
Okay, more questions. Kitty, and it's written like that.
Kitty.
Kitty. Would the Poi Dance and Fire Breath from Celebration of Fire be available as an emote?
You're asking the wrong people,
Yeah.
but
potentially.
Potentially.
Maybe.
it looks quite cool. I don't see why it wouldn't. But I
Okay.
guess it's the time of doing it.
So-
Yeah, it's kind of like it's with everything, with anything. It's kind of like weighing up the time that it takes to do it and how much it really adds to the game
Yeah.
by doing
Okay.
that.
So that's maybe more of a question for Mod Savian. Or,
Probably, but yeah.
or Mod Mohawk on Twitter. Probably.
Or Mod
Then-
Days. I think Mod Days put all that
is he-
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mod Days then. Yeah, so ask one of those on Twitter or Reddit or forums or whatever they check. I don't know what they check.
I think they do like most of us. They should
Yeah.
check all sources
Okay.
that we pull everything from. So
Cool. Blackstrom has a suggestion here. Hunter plus Slayer equals Bounty Hunter. When can we make that happen, please?
So a while ago, ModPie updated the Crucible. I think it was in like a test, in
Yeah.
like the beta stream.
that looked awesome what he'd done. I remember seeing bits of that.
So there's a potential of doing that at some point, bringing that to the main game. But I believe there's a little bit of work probably still to do, a bit of testing and stuff. So there's potential to have that. Any other form of bounty hunter needs to be worked from scratch and stuff. I'm not sure if it's something Ninja would really do. I don't know.
Okay. To be
Depends on
fair,
the size
Bounty
of the
Hunter.
project, I guess, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
Bounty Hunter could be also like considered as an elite skill in this case.
Not really. I
No.
don't think so.
Couldn't it? Okay.
I think it's more of a kind of like it's more of a gameplay type thing for PvPers, and I think it's definitely something we want to definitely do something for PvPers next year. And I think Bounty Hunter is kind of at the top of that list most
Okay.
likely. But if strong PvPers disagree, then do let us know.
Okay. Queens. When will Vic the Trader be back? The soon TM reply we gave, that we as a team gave last month wasn't much of an indication.
That's all they're going to get.
Yep.
That
There's
is
going to be
awesome.
another soon.
We're
TM.
not going to tell you exactly when Vic comes back, just like every other time Vic's come back. We haven't told you exactly when until closer to the time.
Okay, so that's another soon TM. Sorry about that.
I'm sure Mod Salin will let you know on his Twitter when he's ready to tell you.
Okay. Burks, regarding 2016, we know that every month there will be one big project, but what will be the small project?
So
that
that's
month?
very much up to the team that's going to be working on there. Kind of the idea we're going for is with each team they'll have their big project. So we know, I think we revealed all of them at
I think so.
RuneFest, didn't we? So
Well, not only that, didn't Osborne do it the other week as well? We kind of had a
Yeah.
slight
Yeah, I think so.
insight as to.
yeah.
A little bit, I think.
Yeah, there was a
So-
little bit, wasn't there?
The idea is
Ooh,
that
it's snowing.
obviously
snowing.
these are big updates. They create a lot of
Floating heavy
assets to create, and therefore what the teams will likely do is do something that's tied in with the bigger update
Okay.
to create something smaller. So it could be something that's kind of ties in the launch thing. So what do I want to pick on? God Wars Dungeon 2, we haven't announced that, right? That's like a big spoiler. We're announcing God Wars Dungeon 2, just a little thing. But there's a lot of assets going to
Small,
creation
tiny
of that.
thing.
So maybe then the team chooses to, as a smaller update, creating some sort of like tie-in quest that introduces
Yeah.
it, or is something afterwards, something like that.
That's also like what bottle quests are intended for as
Yeah,
well. It's to
yeah.
kinda
Like the
be,
bottle quests are very much something where you've just created all these assets for this new
Mm.
piece. So maybe there's something there that gets reused and stuff. So imagine what you'll see is these so obviously these guys are the Dukes. Imagine with like all the months that they're kind of doing their big updates, you'll see them do a smaller thing. I'm sure you'll see and at the same time with like the Ninja team will try and do something else as well and stuff. So yeah, there'll be stuff coming throughout the month and stuff.
Sweet.
But
We can choose
what exactly all those things are, I don't think we're ready to announce.
Yeah.
We know like the first few months of stuff, but we're not going to reveal that at this stage.
I think that also some of
And
those
it's good to
slots
keep
are-
some of that more
yeah.
secret. We've told what all the big updates are. Let's keep all the small updates a bit more of a secret.
I think that some of those slots are also undetermined for us. That give us a bit of like leeway if we want to do something
Mhm.
during the year. Okay, thank you. Tiny Tux, as a returning player after 10 years, I've been pretty overwhelmed by the amount of content you guys have created and how much the game has developed. Kudos to you. I just want to include that because it was a nice little
Welcome back.
nice little thing to say. My question though, particularly with Slayer Monsters, why are the drop tables not adjusted to match the inflation of the in-game economy?
I don't really have Timbo to ask, but
Yeah.
I imagine it's
I mean,
Which
is this,
way are
I
you
assume
going?
this is, do you mean updating as the game advances, we update every NPC's
single
drop
drop
table
table.
ever constantly?
I'm guessing, yeah,
'Cause
more for
in
Slayer
that
mobs.
lies kind of the reason why, which is we
Yeah.
would
There's a
just
lot
we'd lose
of
development
mobs.
time. It would
Yeah.
go to that where it isn't really necessarily needed. There's always, I mean, the goal is to make drop tables still be useful, which is why we
Yeah.
do occasionally go back and we look at them. But we're
Yeah,
not
it's
gonna do
kind
it
of like a
constantly.
ninja thing. It's kind of like
Yeah.
to update drop tables here and there every now and then. I'm not, whether it's adding more stuff to it or it's taking stuff off, I'm not too sure. But
I think
you
that
take-
process for like all of them would take like half a
You
year
take
to a
stock.
year to
Yeah.
even try and think about doing
Because you need to
before
rebalance
even.
everything in the
Exactly.
first place.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if you take stuff off of those drop tables, then obviously people feel like they're not worth doing anymore. And you add more to it, then you're just adding even more stuff to the
Yeah.
economy and stuff like
Don't
that.
forget that you'd just have the infinite loop
Yeah.
economy until it's just like, I kill a goblin, it's now raining gold.
Yeah.
This guy here with the wings, 1 out of 10.
What about this one here?
Oh,
that was
solid 7.
Okay. Right, moving on. A few questions from the chat. When are new raids bosses coming out? That was
Raids
from
bosses?
Freshman DJ.
We'll tell you at a later date.
Okay.
Sometime
Soon, TM.
Soon,
sometime
soon 2016
2016.
TM.
Yeah.
Sometime 2016. Not going to tell you when at this stage.
Okay. Reap Your Soul. Is there going to be an old school? Is there going to be an old school like Christmas event? I don't exactly know what that means.
Not
but
quite sure. Maybe it's like bringing back, or maybe they mean
something like what old
like
school
kind
do.
of what. Well, no, I think maybe more like what we've done in the past.
Okay.
So I kind of said last time I was on that the Christmas event we're doing this year, because the ninjas are doing it, is we've gone for something like there's a mini quest, but it's like broken up into 4 parts. So you, as you go through December, it unlocks throughout December. So you play the little bit of mini quest, you get your rewards, and so there's like there's a kind of like physical rewards, but there's also it then opens up a bit of content that you can like AFK. They're semi AFK that you can train on and stuff for the period of the Christmas period, the winter period.
Okay.
So that's what our plans are for Christmas. So I'm not going to reveal anything more than that at this stage. We will do a stream a couple weeks time, I think, about Christmas.
So towards
we'll
the end
give
of
a little
November,
bit more details then, but even then, not that much more.
So I think it's the last week in November. There'll be a stream about. So it's the 30th of November. I think we've got a stream on Christmas. I'm not 100% sure about that, but
yeah,
that is roughly the date we're going to be doing it. So if you want to know more, tune into that.
29th.
29th. One day off. Another question from the chat. Gluren wants to know, is free to play, ever going to see dual wield abilities plus offhand gravite weapons?
Yes, they will. Gravite, I'm not totally sure. It goes up to level 50, so they'll get up to level 50.
Okay, that's nice.
Isn't it? That's correct, isn't it? Free to play, get up to level 50 in weapons and
Yeah,
armor.
Sounds
and
about
stuff.
right, doesn't it?
Yeah, so if they get dual wielding, it'll go up to level 50. We're not
They get a
looking to go
version
beyond
of
level
dragon,
50.
don't they? But like a degraded dragon they
I'm
can
not sure,
get,
I
but
can't
yeah.
remember. Yeah, something like that.
Corrupt. No, I'm not sure.
So yeah, we are looking to do it. It is on our list of ninja stuff. I was kind of bumping it up a little bit today, actually.
Okay.
Without knowing that question was even there. So
No, yeah, these
There
are
you
all
go.
questions that we haven't
along
seen
with some
before.
other
So,
free-to-play stuff that we've discussed in the past,
okay.
such as KBD,
I was going to say, yeah, KBD, that would be nice.
Giant Mole.
Nice.
Spoilers.
Cool. More spoilers whilst we're here, or?
Oh, the spoilers.
There's stuff there. We were just looking into a number of like free-to-play stuff and whatnot. So
Okay. Mike, will there be? When will the minigame armor be fixed?
minigame armor. Yeah, this is one that I'm kind of sick of hearing about, to be honest. So
Okay, we can skip
need
that
to
question
push
if
it.
you want.
No, I need to push the team a little bit more to get it done. So
Nip it in the bud.
am I mumbling? Is that for me? I'm mumbling. I'm sorry. I was
It'd
deliberately
be more
saying stuff
specific,
on the
say
low.
Mod
so it's kind of
Kelpie was
spoilers.
mumbling, please. Can you tell him not to
I'm sorry.
mumble?
Mod Kelpie. Damn it. Okay. Thanks for the
We're
message.
just getting told off. A very lovely message there from Mod JD.
Oh good God! So just,
There's a big
I just
Goby.
noticed the giant goby. I was reading chat, looked up, and was just like,
From that angle, it looks like a fish. Anyway,
it's eating Kelpie,
gobble
or
gobble.
possibly singing, singing to
Goby
you, John.
songs.
What songs do Goby sing? Someone need to ask
So you ask Mod,
Mod Oddy
Mod
and-
Deg.
Mod, yeah.
Mod Deg will definitely tell you what
Mod
Gobies
Ramen will
sing.
tell you as well.
Yeah, they'll definitely tell you.
Okay, back to some questions. Handsomely RS, do the key parts only drop on tasks? I'm guessing this is for Raptor tasks.
Yes. So yeah, the keys will only drop if you have any of the Slayer monsters on task, but the weapons can drop off task.
Okay. And a follow-up question from something I asked earlier about the spear. Thoughts on adding a T85 spear to the corp drop table?
Again, as we said earlier, it's
maybe.
Basically
Yeah.
fighting the
nothing
corp to then
planned.
fight him better with a
something
drop.
that, yeah.
I wouldn't go out and expect to find it next week, so maybe we'll do it in the future, but it's
Yeah.
nothing we've got planned.
Okay.
I'm going to agree with Gobi singing dubstep.
Oh, Gobi's gone.
Just sound like
Ah.
the thing that Dag would have.
No, I
Gobi
think
singing.
I think someone was getting killed, so they
You're
ran
still
away.
getting thrown sand on,
Yeah,
on your
the
head.
very blue person, you're a 0 out of 10.
Is that just for kicking sand at you?
Thanks.
Okay, so a couple more questions that we got gathered from the forums. Can we get clarification on what is happening with the ranged and mage defenders?
I'm not totally sure what clarification they particularly want, but and I know there's other questions about defenders in there, so I'll answer them. So melee defenders are coming out at the end of this month. We are currently modeling range and mage, so they will only come out with melee if they're finished modeled. If we modeled them in time. If not, they'll come out once they're ready.
Okay.
It's just a case of there is very little resources to go around at this stage. Mod AOB, who is in the Ninja team, is modeling for us, and it's very kindly because he is an environmental artist, not a character modeler. So thanks to him for taking
I want to give some extra kudos to Mod AOB. He was the one that did the Mammoth Iceberg and the Wyvern Cave models as well.
Nice.
All of the ice stuff was all from him.
Yep.
Is he very icy?
He's been very much in demand over the past month.
Might be involved in Christmas as well. We shall see.
Okay, so a couple of extra questions from the chat. At Mod Kelpie, could you please bring back winter weekends for December 2015?
We are.
Oh, nice.
I think there will be more this year.
Ooh, dun dun dun.
Winter's not just for December.
That's true, actually. So actually, it's only like a couple of, not even 2 weeks of December that are winter.
Yeah, we'll have more
So, yeah.
info about that later on.
Okay, Air Altar. Will the Fremennik gods play a part in the future? Very broad question.
The law-centric man should...
Kendall, please.
A little bit.
Sorry?
Kendall.
Kendall, please.
Maybe we might do more stuff with them. I mean, the Fremennik aren't... They're more sort of spiritual. Spiritual is the wrong word, but they're not reliant on their gods like some of the other races are. So maybe, but it depends on the story. They're
Okay.
not planned for anything recent.
Okay.
Recent? Soon.
TM.
That way around.
Yeah, there's nothing planned for them yet.
No.
Okay. Can we expect the Gower quest in 2016?
Expect it in 2016.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Sometime 2016.
Can't tell you when, but
Reveal
sometime.
when it's ready.
Yeah, it's part of the when it's ready sort of thing.
Yeah.
And nothing against obviously the Gowers, but obviously when you're working with people outside of the office, like those things tend to take just a little bit longer because obviously you've got to get feedback, travel back, but they'll be really good at that. So I don't know what to expect. But
Okay.
I would expect it fairly
What?
early in the year.
I just saw a really weird emote.
Has
But yeah.
the
thank
Ripper
you.
Demons just decided to like maul on everyone that was there? Yes!
Yay! Good Ripper
Good.
Demon.
All right.
Okay. This is more distraction for us probably than it is for them. Okay. More questions. It's clear that some of the player base is getting fed up with being told updates can't be done because of spaghetti code.
I'm getting fed up with this spaghetti code thing as well.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
worry.
My question is,
It's a bit
what are JX
embarrassing.
doing to solve this issue?
Well, I can say for the Ninja team, when we come up, so you see Ninja fixes because that's what we post about, but at the same time, when we come across these areas of the games, we're also fixing, not so much fixing, but rewriting bits to make them easier to work with in the future and stuff, and improving the code as we come to them. I'm sure like the other teams are as well. As you
Yeah.
come across
We do as
stuff,
well,
you
yeah.
kind of improve it sort of thing. So as
Yeah.
we do get to stuff, we do improve like the back end code and stuff.
We have a little moan first of going, oh my god, why have they done it this way? And then sort it out.
And then you realise that you did it, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I've done that once or
I've done
twice
that
before, yeah.
But I know like there's there's frustrations with certain parts of the community, clans being one of them. Really trying to push to get some clans out stuff. Like I can't say this year because we're as a Ninja team we're committed to a lot of things such as the Christmas stuff. We're super busy. Everyone. And it's not just the Ninja team. Everyone leaves all their holiday to the end of the year. So you then have
December's
everyone,
basically a ghost town.
Suddenly
Yeah.
everyone's like,
yeah.
oh, how are we
How
going to
do
get
you
all
get
this
rid
done? I'm sure it's not just JX that does that. I'm sure
It's not
it
only that,
happens in lots of
sometimes
businesses.
you have to rely on things like some engine programmers as well when they're really busy with the new game client and
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
optimizing the engine as well. So they might not have enough time to then put onto other things. So it's not necessarily just that we've got spaghetti code that we need to solve,
Yeah.
it's other factors as well.
I mean, it's probably also worth pointing out the whole kind of spaghetti code thing is kind of memeified. It's not been the excuse to everything ever.
Memeified,
It might have been one or two mods have said it in the past as a kind of joking thing, because it's the idea of, you know, it's a 15-year-old game with vast quantities of stuff in it. Spaghetti code isn't really it's more of a meme thing than anything.
Yeah,
we have some things we'd like to improve, but
yeah, there's definitely nothing we can't do. It's just the time, and
With
so
the resources,
with anything
yeah.
we do, you have to weigh up the amount of time it's going to take to do it and how valuable that is.
yeah.
So after a certain time, you go, well, actually, we haven't done clan stuff in a while, so we do need to do clan stuff that does reach the top of the list and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, it's also worth pointing out when you do the big changes to things that it's invisible and it helps us. It means in our back and it's great, but there'll be resources that would otherwise be an update where you guys will see nothing, so it's not necessarily ideal.
Okay, and one last question that's in relation to basically what you're just saying. How does the Ninja team identify what needs to be fixing and updating?
How do we identify? So a lot of it comes from the players and the feedback we receive through these threads, through these streams, posted on Reddit, posted on RuneLabs, posted on the forums, posted to us on Twitter. We get all the internal stuff as well. We're on the Monday meeting. Stop it! I'm talking. Very important. We have a Monday meeting with the Ninja team, and all the stuff we've noticed throughout the week, we stick it on a spreadsheet, and then on Monday morning we go through it and we basically discuss each point and say yes or no, whether we think it's something we should do or not.
Okay.
And then it gets given a kind of priority. I put them all into our kind of database of jobs to do, and then the ninjas, as they work on ninja fixes, kind of just pull them out. I think we probably need to put a little bit more of they tend to pick the major ones out, then they kind of like, okay, well, I don't have much time left this week, I'll pick a few of the easier ones to kind of get them out of the way, sort of thing. You kind of fill them up so there's constant stuff going through, but I think we need to maybe do a little bit more focus on some of the more pressing stuff as we move forwards.
Okay, thank you. So we've got about 6 minutes left and quite a few Ninja quickfire questions, so I think we're going to go for those now.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Ninja quickfire. Now that the Star Fury capes dropped arrows... Sorry, I will start that again, that was a disaster. 3, 2, 1. Now that the Star Fury capes collect dropped arrows, if you've done the relevant quest, I'm not getting this right. Are there any plans to expand this functionality to other capes like the Max Cape or ranged kill capes?
Not within the Ninja team, no.
Can we have the music from the Falador invasion added to the track list?
I don't see why not.
Can Zimmeriegel's notes be added to the POH library?
If they're from Dimension...
If it's from the Dimensional
Disaster, then not really, because
Yeah.
that's a different dimension, but I might be wrong on where they're coming from, so potentially, based on where they are, I need to investigate on that one.
Okay. Can we have an age filter on the quests, for example, hide 6 or 5th age quests?
Yeah, the quest interface is something that I like to improve, so having that filter as part of it is yes.
Okay. Can the Iron and Steel Dragons be removed from Morven's Slayer list?
I'll need to check with Timber with that one. He's unfortunately not here today, so I can't ask him.
Can you allow him to assign spiritual mages
again,
to Morven?
Same answer,
Check with Timber again. Can the fast spawn rate be increased for KBD and God Wars dungeon bosses?
That's another one for Timber, I'm afraid.
It
might be you make them faster, it means people can kill them quicker,
Yeah.
which then might upset the balance of it.
Can the cosmetics overrides lists be alphabetized?
Maybe, but it's not something I would get the Ninja team to look at, to be honest.
Okay.
Since we have teams who are constantly working with that, then I'll leave that to them to work on. Ninjas tend to focus on stuff that other teams aren't looking at that time.
Makes sense. Can you look at the rarity of the rogue armor from Flash Powder Factory?
Yes. I would assume they want us to increase it because they feel it's too rare.
Probably.
Yeah, can look into it.
Okay. Do we have an ETA for melee defenders? So you've already answered that.
Yeah, end of November for melee. Hopefully mage and range at the same time. If not, it'll be a week or two behind.
Can we get a loot beam for defenders?
Yes.
Okay. Has OSRS Deadman given you any ideas for Darkscape?
Darkscape stream is tomorrow.
Watch it.
We can change our hair in the customization interface. Could we see the clothing shoes become the same?
I mean, it's not something I would say no to, but it's right at the bottom of our list, I feel. I think there's a lot more pressing things to do before that.
Okay. Can you allow us to zoom the camera out further?
Maybe with NXT. That would be something that's done by the NXT team if is possible.
It actually says father on my iPad, so I thought someone was asking you as a...
My son?
That someone was calling you father, yeah. Okay.
I am your father.
Or father. Right, okay, it doesn't matter.
Is it possible to add the D&D Goblin raids to the D&D tracker interface?
Yeah, but at the same time, I think players out-level it so quickly, it feels a bit of a waste of time.
Okay. Can you change the degrade mechanics of Corrupt Dragon so it degrades like other armors?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Can we please get a quick chat message added for our current Reaper assignment, or can we get a Reaper kill count like the Slayer counter?
Yeah, I'm sure we can at least get the quick chat. Okay.
Can you add a quick travel button to Pirate Pete by the Ectofunctus to get to Brain Death Island without the chatter?
Probably. It's something I need to double check, but I imagine so.
Okay. Can you make it so that after Do No Evil and maybe Desert Task 3, you can carpet travel directly from Shanty Pass to Nada, Sophronem or Menethos?
Interesting. Something again to look at, but I would verge on the side of yes. Something we can look into.
Okay. Will we see skilling pets in RS3?
Skilling pets?
So Old School have got these skilling pets. Basically, you would cut for a long time, and you get like you'd get a boss pet, you get a skilling pet.
We've talked about some other things before, so it's not something the ninjas are going to add, but potentially maybe one of the retention teams, one of these guys, or the Guardians, or the Watch, maybe something for them.
Okay, it's a nice idea though, right?
Yeah, nice idea, but not something. Ninjas don't just add stuff like that, really. It's not really our team.
And last one, will Hattie and Skull come this year?
Hattie and Skull this year?
Oh, in 2016.
It's already been here this year. You're like, boy, you're like 10 months out of it. Yeah, January 2016, yeah, Ninja will be bringing them back. Like to do, so like last time we didn't do any additions to them, we were kind of feeling like, oh, we can't just keep on adding to them. So we'll maybe make a few changes this time around. I'm not sure if there'll be any additions. We'll see.
Well, I suppose
there might be some alterations to the current ones, like maybe give them a few more mechanics or something like that. Or this guy, 8 out of 10. There we go. He's the winner.
The mime.
Yeah.
The mime.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
He's a terrifying
completely
mime.
awful and great. There we go.
Okay, so that about wraps up this stream, but stay with us because we are now going to head over to the gaming PCs where Mod JD and myself are going to be killing 1,000 Calphite Kings and having a look at what loot that gives us. So if you have any last words before we finish this stream and move on to the next.
And enjoy the next coming weeks.
Yep.
We're going to be tallying up all your deaths.
Yeah, try not to die because that makes them even happier when you die, so please.
You've heard the numbers. We'll come back with the next couple of weeks, and we'll give whoever's on the sofa an update of how many deaths have been in total.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. So also don't forget that tomorrow is the Darkscape stream. So from 7, not 7, from 5 to 6 GMT, which is 5 to 6 game time.
Yeah.
So tune in for that if you want more information on Darkscape.
Be talking about our next game update on the Monday.
It's in the box, just
probably a fairly big thing,
Kelpie.
and
he's going to pop out the box.
Cool. So tune in for that. There's a Jack in the Box apparently.
It's a penguin in a box.
Penguin in a box.
Yeah.
Oh,
there it is.
Nice.
Poking
Okay,
up
with
between
that
the
penguin
middle of
note,
Raven
we
and
will
Kelpie.
see you in a couple of seconds over on the game PCs. Bye bye.